Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Does God exist?
Hi,
Yes.
you're with Olushola Yusuf. Please
In heaven.
love,
In heaven.
share,
Yes. Where's
and
heaven?
comment, please. Share this.
How many heavens
comment.
do we have?
Thank you.
There are about 3 heavens.
3 heavens.
Yes.
Where is the first heaven?
The first heaven, you can call it, maybe it's like the cloud we see.
Yeah.
You can call it the first heaven.
Okay.
Then that's,
And God is not there, right?
no, God is not there.
It's not there. Second heaven?
Then the second heaven is where we have maybe the galaxies and the,
Galaxies and everything. And God still is not there.
no.
So people can do whatever they like in the first heaven and the second heaven.
Okay.
Third heaven, so God is there.
That's
When you go to third heaven, you don't have to sin, right?
That's where God lives.
Huh?
That's where God lives.
That's God who lives.
Yes.
So you are free on first heaven and second heaven
I mean, free to approach.
to do whatever you like.
Yeah, I can say so. I can
Okay.
say,
Yeah. So
Is
this
man
third
a
heaven,
pastor
where
or
is this
what?
third heaven?
Because I don't know how is
Like I
that
said, the
answering
cloud
the
we
question.
see.
It's not.
How did you know
I
about
don't
this
think it's
third
well
heaven? Who
prepared
told
for
you about
this,
the third
for
heaven?
this
and
interview.
from the scripture.
Or
The
From
Bible.
scripture.
conversation.
Yes.
Or by
Because
just reading.
What he's saying is
And
that
then you
is-
believe by just reading the Bible and you
I don't know.
believe that.
Yes.
Just
You believe
let's
that there's
keep
a
watching.
heaven,
Yes.
third heaven.
Yes.
And that's where God resides.
Yes.
Okay. This God that you're talking about, where does he come from?
Where you come from?
Yeah. Which place?
Now, naturally, when a person is the landlord, without asking where he's coming from, he is the owner.
He's the owner of the land.
Where he is, he is the landlord. So
But he
God,
was born there, right?
God is the CEO of the world, so he can't say where.
Okay.
Yeah.
But does he have parents?
No,
No. So if he does not have parents, where did he come from then?
he creates parents.
He created himself also.
Yeah, he was not created.
I'm sorry,
is
did he
God.
create himself?
No, nothing will exist without him. He was not created at all.
But all the things that we see, they come from somewhere.
That's good.
So where did he just come from somewhere?
He created what? Sometimes he
I'm
created.
talking about him coming from somewhere. Where did he created himself, or he came from somewhere, or somebody created him?
Now you see, he is God.
How many gods do we have?
Now he is God, and there are other gods.
Other gods.
Yes.
And these other gods they created themselves.
Sometimes human beings can make something and say this is their God, but
Okay.
that does not mean it's God.
Okay.
Yes.
So God controls everything.
You cannot say God controls everything because there are things He have committed it to human being to control.
Okay.
So you cannot say He controls everything. After
Yeah, but why is God hiding himself? The God that you're talking about.
no,
Why is he hiding himself? Why can't he just open the heavens so that we can see him? Why can't we see God? How do you believe in something that you do not see?
No, you cannot say.
I'm sure you're believing in something that you have never seen before and you've just read about that and you come to me and tell me that you believe.
No, now
What do you mean by saying you believe?
I believe because I know He exists.
Okay.
And now,
It's just a belief.
The wise man.
You are not sure. Right? Are you sure or you're not sure?
I am sure.
How can you be sure about something that you haven't seen?
No, I may not have seen Him, but I have proofs.
Okay.
The wise man said, only a fool can doubt proof.
Yeah.
So we have proof His existence, so you cannot doubt Him.
Yeah, but that is man who wrote that. You're talking about what man has written. Everything that you're talking about is been written
By somebody.
by somebody, and in the language of men.
Now,
was the Bible written in the language of angels, written in the language of God?
Now, look at this. He's wanting to write.
Asking you a question.
Yes.
Was the Bible written in the language of God?
What do you call language of God?
I'm saying when you read it, was it the language? You've got language of dogs, animals, the language of animals, the language of men, the language of angels, the language of God. Was it written in the language of God or the language of men or the language of angels or of animals?
You should be able to break it down for me to know which one is the language of man and language of animals. What do you mean?
I'm talking about the Bible that you read.
No, because it's written in English language for instance.
No, not only in English.
Now you talked about language of dogs or animals. So I want to understand on which angle are you talking about?
I'm saying the language of God. Doesn't God have a language?
If I speak the God's language now, you will not understand it.
Me?
Yes.
You speak it, let me hear if I cannot understand.
Now, in the scripture, of course, he's speaking in tongues. So if I speak language
Yes. In tongues.
I communicate with God that way.
In tongues. And you know what you're saying when you communicate with him?
Of course.
The tongues.
I know what
There are non-tongues. There are non-tongue.
There are tongues.
The tongues of men, tongues of angels, and tongues, they are non-tongue. Yes. You're talking about the unknown tongue.
Yes, there are tongues.
That's why I'm saying.
Yes.
The language of men or angels or the language of God. Because there are tongues of men. Yeah. There are tongues of angels.
Yes.
There are unknown tongue. So you said when you speak in the unknown tongue, I will not understand you. But you will understand yourself, right?
I'm the one speaking it and I know what I'm speaking.
You know what you're speaking.
I'm the one I'm speaking to. You understand.
Okay, when you speak in tongues, why should you speak in tongues when you know what you're saying? Why can't you speak in English or in your language to God? Because you know.
When I speak in tongues, I'm not speaking to you. I am speaking to him.
But you said you understand what you're saying. You.
Yes, I know what I'm saying.
You know what you're saying.
When I'm speaking in tongues.
How do you know?
How do I know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For example, now, if I want to ask God for this cup,
yeah,
and I don't want people around me to know what I'm saying, I can just say, God understood what I said.
Okay. So
because I was not speaking to human being, you can't understand it. Yeah. But I said, and he that I spoke to understood what I said.
Yeah.
And he replies me.
So when he speaks to you, he's gonna speak to you in tongues? Or does God speak to you in tongues?
That's another version. Because
you see when you say
the way he speaks to me, sometimes he speaks to me with his voice, sometimes he speaks to me by giving me visions, and I see things. So that's how he speaks to me.
Okay. Does the devil speak to you?
Devil? I have no relationship with God, so you have the devil.
I'm saying, does the devil speak to you?
He doesn't not speak to me because I does not serve him, Lord. You know.
The devil does not speak?
No.
You believe in the devil?
There is devil.
You believe?
Yes, I believe.
And you believe that he speaks or he's dumb?
No, he speaks.
So why is he not talking to you?
Because like Bible said, light and darkness have nothing in common. When light comes here, darkness must go somewhere else.
But in the garden, the Bible that you read and you talk about, the devil spoke to Eve. How come that the devil spoke to Eve and he can't speak to you?
Now,
didn't the devil speak to Eve in the garden?
The devil spoke to Eve.
How
did the devil speak to Eve?
Yeah.
How did
through a snake? Yeah.
Through a snake.
Yeah, we know.
So I don't have snake in my house. So it doesn't speak to me.
No.
Yeah.
I know that you don't have snakes in your house, but you can have snakes in the form of something. Human beings can be snakes. Human being the devil can use a person to talk to you.
Oh well, if you say so, maybe I can start believing that now.
You can start to believe that.
But now I have no relationship with him to know how he speaks to. So he does not have to speak to me.
Okay. What about imposters? People who are imposters, who are not true prophets or true pastors.
Okay, break it down. Let me understand.
Yeah. Do you believe that there are people who are imposters and people who are not imposters?
Yes, I believe.
Okay. You believe that?
Yes.
So how come that a person becomes an imposter? What is it? Is it the devil that speaks to him? Or is maybe they just tell themselves they want to make money?
Some the devil speaks to them and some they want to make money.
So what you're saying is that the devil cannot speak to a born again.
No, he can't.
The devil cannot send a message to a born again child of God. He can.
He can.
He can.
He can, yes. I said it's possible.
It's possible.
Yes.
But you said the devil doesn't speak to you.
I will ask, if you speak to me, I will tell you speak to me. If you didn't speak to me, I have no relationship with him. So
the tongues that you speak about, how do you know that you're talking to God?
How do I know that I'm talking to God?
Yeah.
Of course, because I'm speaking to God, so I should know who I'm speaking to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they teach you to speak like that?
No.
Huh?
You know?
How did it come?
How do I start speaking in tongues?
Yeah. They laid hands on you?
Well, number one is that it's scriptural.
You see, viewers out there are confused.